In the wise words of the great philosopher Drake, you only live once. Hi, I'm Andie Dumas, and I'm a senior in the School of Information. I'm focusing in user experience design, and I'm looking for a full-time job. Most of you have probably heard of the rapper Drake before, and I'm sure that some of you have definitely heard the phrase YOLO. Now, before you roll your eyes, hear me out. Having been diagnosed with Lyme's disease 3 years ago, I'm acutely aware of the fact that you do indeed only live once. While my symptoms are relatively mild and my daily life is largely unchanged, my outlook on life is definitely not. I'm a thrill seeker by nature, but my diagnosis really augmented this fact. I've been cliff jumping, parasailing, and skydiving. I've swam in the cenotes of Cancun, and I've climbed the red rocks of Nevada. I try and make the most out of every moment that I can, and I never hold back. This applies to how I live my everyday life as well. You know how you sometimes have those moments where you think, man, I wish I had said something? Well, that feeling is largely foreign to me. I don't want to spend my one life constantly thinking, I should have spoken up. Instead, I'm the person who does say something and who you know you can count on their opinion. I always act properly and respectfully while still standing up for what I believe in. I find that this trait is very helpful in both my personal and my professional life. My friends are always very close, and I have deep connections rather than surface interactions. Professionally, this means that what I say always comes from the heart, but more importantly, it means that I don't hold back. I don't hold back my opinion, sure, but it also applies to my work ethic. I go all out on every project that I work on, and I always stick around to the very end. Through my days of both large and small risk-taking and YOLOing, I've learned something. The most important part of living well and making the most of each day is to do what you love. Being in the School of Information, I'm incredibly passionate about user experience design. Living with a chronic illness, everything I do is viewed through a different lens than most people. As such, I'm able to look at websites and interactions through the perspective of other people that have faced similar challenges. One project that I was fortunate enough to work on recently was developing an iOS app for a young girl who's in and out of Mott's Children's Hospital. Working with a partner, we developed an app that served as a reminder system for when to take medications. Current apps that were on the market lacked the customizability that she was looking for, and she really needed a solution. My partner and I worked in Illustrator and Swift to both prototype and develop the app, which was definitely a risk since neither of us had a coding background. We also performed multiple user interviews and performed usability evaluations of current apps that were on the market to make sure that we were hitting potential users' pain points. In the end, our client was thrilled with what we had created, and I feel that having gone through a similar experience really gave me a leg up in the process and had a major impact on our final design. I find that improving user experiences is incredibly rewarding and a great use of my one life. While you may not see user experience design as a very risky profession, I enjoy the small design risks that come together to form a great user experience. So if you see yourself or your company in what I've said, and you also believe in living each day to its fullest, I'd love to talk to you. I'm Andie Dumas, I'm looking for a full-time job, and I'm a risk taker.
Thank you, Andie.